Yeah, we're vlogging. We're vlogging.
We're
vlogging.
We're vlogging.
Okay. Hello. I'm actually shaking. Look, that's pathetic. I don't know how people do this. Why do they do it? Why? No, right. This isn't a thing. This isn't like a thing where I'll put this out there. So it's fine. I can do what I want. I can be who I want. I can say what I want. It doesn't matter. I can make a trash of myself, which I will inevitably do, on or off camera. Right. Let's start at the beginning. I am mental, and I'm not being horrible because I am. I really am. I don't really know how to say this or how to do this. Anyway, okay, right. I have, since I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I was diagnosed with depression, and I started to take antidepressants for that. Probably when I was about 14, 15, 16, around there. And I've been on and off antidepressants for most of my life. I'm now a middle-aged, bitter and twisted woman. The end. Goodbye. I'm sweating, I'm shaking, there's nobody here. There's no one here, it's just me. It's just that thing. It's utterly bizarre. Right, so, yes, depression. Then that steadily got worse throughout my life. Then I was diagnosed with recurrent depressive disorder, which means that basically I suppose that the depression doesn't just go away, it stays, which is nice. My experience of life is that I spend more time depressed than I do not depressed. In 2017, I had electroconvulsive therapy, which I'll talk about another time in more detail in case anyone is interested. It's quite a sort of a last resort treatment for depression. I think ECT in itself is probably a subject worth vlogging a whole vlog about because it's quite complex and it's controversial, and some people think it's barbaric and wrong, and some people it really, really helps them, other people it doesn't. So that was deep. Yeah, so we will, there's no one there, it's just you. I will discuss this with myself in more depth at a later date. Then I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Now, that's now called emotionally unstable personality disorder, but for the sake of shortening it, BPD or EUPD, that was a diagnosis I got maybe a few years ago. It's very hard to look. It's kind of like looking into the bowels of hell or the soul of the devil, or just a camera lens. Okay, so by now you can probably tell that I'm mental, so that's good because we want that to be quite clear from the beginning so that you're not surprised, shocked, distressed, or even offended by my style of thinking, talking, vlogging, doing, all that stuff. I would have said that depression or mental illness ruined my life. That's what I've always thought. And yeah, to a certain extent it has. It's affected my life dramatically. But it hasn't ruined my life now. I think it ruined the life I wanted. the life I thought I wanted, I couldn't have. I couldn't do the things I wanted to do because of being so ill. And that's been really difficult to come to terms with. And again, it's something I'll talk about in case... Right, the point of me vlogging is I've had severe mental health issues since I was a teenager. And this is probably the first time since maybe, well, in a long time, that I have felt truly glad that I'm alive and happy and at peace, which is sort of remarkable. So I think what I want to do is to try and give other people hope or tips or lessons or, things that might help them hang on to life and hang on to hope and not give up, because I'm so glad I didn't give up. And who knows, I might get ill again. I'm not cured. I'm not happy. I'm not normal. I'm not normal. Normal. Who is normal? But I am different. I'm different from the person I was in a good way. It's probably down to a number of things. The biggest changes, the most tangible, obvious changes that I can see is that I stopped drinking alcohol at the beginning of this year. The mad old 2020 that we're in. I last had a drink on New Year's Eve. Was I an alcoholic? I don't know. What constitutes an alcoholic? Was I alcohol dependent? Yes. Did I drink every day? Hell yes. Did I drink a lot? Whoa, yes. Too much. And I don't think I realised. I mean, for a long period of time. But again, probably since my sort of teenage years, I've drunk alcohol pretty much consistently. There have been periods where I haven't, when I've, been in a hospital having an operation or working and I couldn't, but drink has been a huge part of my life and my family's life. That's, again, a whole other issue. But so yes, I stopped drinking and I started meditating. I downloaded an app onto my phone and I started to use specific meditations that were either for depression, anxiety, pain, self-confidence. I haven't done enough of those ones. There's all these different apps. Anger, spirituality, you name a subject, they've pretty much got an app, a meditation about that. And that has had, quite a profound effect on me. So I think the mixture of stopping drinking and meditating it sort of took me out of a place where I could be much more objective and look at my life and myself in a clear-headed way and really think about what I needed to change and what I wanted to change and what I wanted to achieve and how I want my life to be. And this is probably maybe too heavy to start with, but for such a long time I just wanted to die. I really wanted to die every day. I wished I was dead, and that's a horrible way to live. A life where you wish you weren't alive is pretty unpleasant, really. So, and I think a lot of people probably feel like that. More than we know, more than we think, more than we're told about. People don't generally come up to you and say, well, I wish I was dead, in a, serious way every day. But I just feel that there are a lot of people out there who are suffering, and made me feel terribly alone and isolated and frightened, and I suppose I just want to reach out to anybody that might find what I say helpful in some way. And if they don't, it doesn't matter. If no one sees this, it doesn't matter. I haven't lost anything. I've caused myself an inordinate amount of stress and anxiety. Other than that, I haven't lost anything. And this video, whether I post it or not, will end up either in the ether somewhere or deleted in a digital trash bin. So I'm not losing anything by doing it. And you never ever know if someone might be watching who thinks, okay, this resonates with me, or maybe this could help me in some way. And I was thinking that maybe that it could start a discussion or a debate. I mean, I know, on YouTube you can leave comments and people kind of converse. So I wondered if it might be a place where, if I tried to be as honest and open and raw as possible, which is a scary thing to do, and it might take me some time to get there. Perhaps it would make other people feel safe, and other people could share things that have helped them, or things that have definitely aggravated their conditions or made life worse or better. Ultimately, though, I want it to be a positive thing and a fun thing. I don't want to sit here and talk about all my problems and how my life is so terrible and blah, blah, blah. I've done that and it hasn't helped, so I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not having a go at anyone who is doing it, because when you're very, very ill, when you're very, very depressed, you can't help feeling like that. That's just how you feel. It's sort of like a possession. You're possessed by these thoughts and feelings. So I'm not judging. But I do think that optimism, positivity and hope are absolutely vital in terms of recovery and in terms of getting better. They're not easy and they don't come naturally sometimes. Dive bombing plane there. But I just think they're essential. I don't think you can get better if you're surrounded by negativity and darkness and pessimism, which is another thing I want to touch on just briefly, because I think this year, maybe more than any other year in my lifetime, has been so extraordinary and filled with so much terrible news and negative things and awful occurrences, and we are exposed to this machine that just throws shit at us. It's a shit throwing machine, just constantly just throwing shit. And if that happens constantly, you're gonna feel pretty rubbish. That's not everyone's. Well, some people probably like that. I'm not, casting aspersions, but what I mean is that we are bombarded now in all sorts of ways with just awful news, and I won't get political because I don't know enough about politics to do so, and I don't, but I would say that a lot of the stuff that we're told isn't 100% the truth. So, and I think a lot of people are beginning to see that and beginning to realise that. Again, that's a personal view, but I just think there's absolutely no way that you can be exposed to all those things and it not make you feel really crap. And I think probably people who normally wouldn't get depressed, or maybe have never had mental health issues or never suffered from stress or anxiety, are now experiencing those things because of the way the world works now. One of the other things that I was thinking about in terms of mental health is finding something that you enjoy doing, is finding a hobby or a passion, something that makes you want to get up in the morning, which when you're depressed you just don't. You don't want to. And again, this might not be possible for people who are in the grips of a severe bout of, in a severe depression. It's like, that would be like saying to somebody with 2 broken legs, you just need to jog along the flipping road, pull yourself together. What are you doing with your casts on? Get up, go for a run, which is, I think people think about, just cheer up, get a grip, or whatever. Pull yourself together. And you can't, because if you could, you would, because it's not fun being depressed. So I wanted to find something that I felt passionate about. And I like creative things. I like music. Music is hugely important to me, and it's definitely one thing that's really helped me when I've been very, very depressed or stressed. So yeah, music for me is big. I love reading. I love film. I love good TV programs. I love laughing. I like art. I like beautiful, creative, artistic things, and I wanted to find a way of being creative which would make me excited and make me want to do it, feel that motivation, get that motivation which you so lack. You don't want to do anything when you feel sad. You can't. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And now that I've started to see a light, and it's in the distance and it's still faint, but it's definitely there, and that's something new for me. Before it was just a dead end black, I wanted to try and find something that gave me pleasure and joy and fulfillment, and all the things that you don't have when you feel down. You don't only lose feelings of happiness and joy, you lose, you don't have any confidence, you don't have any self-esteem, you're on the floor in the dirt and people are kicking you in the head. That's how you feel. There's nothing, you can't get up, all your bones are broken. Even if somebody kind of reached out a hand, you can't get up because you're gone. That's how it feels when you're very, very ill. But through specific treatments, whether they be medication, therapy, alternative therapies, normal kind of psychotherapy, seeing a psychiatrist, exercise, diet, lifestyle, whatever. There are a myriad of ways to treat mental illness now, and I would say that one isn't better than another, but some work for some people and some work for other people, and what works for me might not work for you. However, I do think that there are certain things that are sort of definite helpers. They definitely help across the board kind of thing. And yeah, I would say that one of the main things when you're feeling awfully, awfully depressed is that you just hate yourself and you think you're worthless. And that's a difficult place to get out of. How do you get out of that place? One of the things is to do something that makes you feel worthy. Don't know the word now. But makes you feel like you've got something to give, and that you can contribute, because everybody has something to give and everybody can contribute. And the illness robs you of that knowledge, and it robs you of that information, and if you can find something that you can just cling on to, that gives you the tiniest glimmer of hope or pleasure or excitement or enjoyment or fulfillment, or makes you feel that you have worth and that you have a place here and that you have something to give. I mean, you can't underestimate how far that goes, really. So yes, I wanted to make a silly vlog, which could contain lots of different elements. Me talking to you in this very rather drony, dull, boring way. See how I put myself down there? That's what we do. It could involve me tap dancing. It probably won't, because I can't tap dance, and even if I could, I probably wouldn't, because I'm not sure what that would achieve. You know, I'm sure there are tap dancing vloggers out there if that's what you're looking for. If that's what you're looking for, maybe not the right place for you. So I don't know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if anyone will. I don't know if I'll. This might. Oh my God! Do you know what? I've just. Hang on. I know it does seem to still be recording. I don't like that. I don't like that. Seeing yourself. That really does put you off. But I was worried that the battery might have run out. So I'll finish briefly, quickly. Completely forgotten what I was going to say now. Yes. This little test that I've done may not end up anywhere, like I said before. Nothing may happen with it. It doesn't matter. But if one day I put this up and I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. If one day I put this up and anybody sees it and it encourages anybody in any way, shape or form, well, then that's a really good thing. And if it doesn't, who gives a shit? You know? So it's a journey. It's a journey. And here endeth the lecture. Here endeth the sermon. Thank you for not being there. Thank you for nothing. You haven't done anything. I'm not thanking you for something you haven't done. Thank me. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm thankful that I've done this. And now I've done it, I never have to do it again because I've done it. And I feel very uncomfortable doing it. And I think it's probably a load of